Hello there everyone, so welcome to another episode of the Malakai legendary campaign. So we finished off, we were here, just conquered the lair of the Troll King, and now the purpose is to capture Hell Pit. Now it's rather difficult, either you go straight at it or you try and conquer some other places before. Really unsure what is the best course of action. Sometimes I think on whether it's better to conquer Fort Stragov and bait the enemy out. I'm gonna try that out, but no guarantee that's the general idea. It also depends where is Throt. Like, I cannot see him, he's not in Hell Pit. Of course he must be conquering. Where he must be conquering, that depends. So I have to keep an eye on who gets destroyed nearby, so that I have an idea where Throt may be. So the Druzina Enclave was destroyed, which is here. So now Clan Mother has 3. Okay, so that's where Throt has to be. That's it. That way, maybe conquering Fort Stragov is better, to try and see if Throt tries to come to the rescue and then falls into our trap. Or maybe I could conquer Hell Pit. I do not know. Still, I will need a secondary army, that's for sure, even if it is just as a deterrent. And I already have, we are on the Malakai's adventure, so we're at turn 5, so we can get some good units. Now, you can either go for cannons or you can go for the gyrocopters. Both of them work. Some people actually state that the gyrocopters are better. I just like the standard idea with the cannons, mostly because, well, first you can get the grape shot very easily, and second because you can always get the building for a gyrocopters much faster. So that's kind of the idea, you know. I already have the building for the gyrocopters. I can recruit them. So what I'm gonna get is the ones that the units that I cannot get typically, which is the 3 cannons. Then now with 4 cannons on this army, man, it's gonna pack a punch, really. So I do want some Slayer pirates. I really like the unit. Hybrid units are always nice to have, but they are very squishy in the early game, so you gotta be careful. Really gotta be careful with those. I want to recruit them, but only after I've moved. There we go. That's the benefit of Malakai. Oh, I forgot to get the hero in. No trouble. Now, I am not going to take it out. I first either want the airship crew recruitment or the growth. I really don't know which one should I get. Oh, I totally forgot about that collect income. That is giving me some issues with the public order, but hopefully we're gonna sort it out. I want to go keep upgrading some of the places in terms of military. Let's go for militia training. Miners in the early game, you're always going to need them, so why not just increasing the effectiveness of miners, of dwarf warriors, at least so that you're, you can recruit them in a pinch and they'll be always useful. So this is really the biggest decision here, is whether I'm going to attack Hell Pit or whether I'm going to attack someone else. And it's such a difficult decision here. Let me just get Gotrek and Felix right away. So Gotrek has some nice abilities for the army, depending on what type of enemy you're fighting. I'm gonna get the Skaven Slayer. It's kind of sad that this is just for vampiric attrition, because that would be so cool. But yeah, let's get for the Skaven Slayer some bonuses when fighting Skaven. That's good. It's just some leadership, but it's always nice. And I think I'm going to go with the first idea. So he's still mustering an army in Hell Pit, and it's all just clan rats or Skaven slaves or something, because they don't have recruitment capabilities there. So I think the best one is try to see if there's any army here. I don't think there is. I'm going to cancel the move. No, there isn't, which is kind of sad. I wish there was a bigger army here so that it would kill it. But okay, I'm going to declare war. They didn't even have any war, so let's fight it out, shall we? Let's go. And here we are. So the battle plan, very easy. The gyrocopters can go and deal with the 2 units of Skaven slave slingers. The cannons will just wreck anything that shows up. And I do have a couple of lines, let's say here, because I want to cover the cannons always. You're going to see this all the time. No, I'm not trying to draw that. Just to cover for the eventual menace below, the clan rat summon, which is really dreadful. You gotta cover your cannons because, you know, they will destroy it. So what I like to do is keep a couple of infantry units on each side of the cannons to deflect, you know, those units when they show up. And of course this is just rats, Skaven slave slingers. That's what I'm going against initially. Don't let the slingers just hit your gyrocopters because they can do damage. There are too many of them. So yeah. I think I'm gonna miss a bombing run here because, yeah, I'm not perfect as well, just like you guys. You know, we're not always perfect. And as soon as the Skaven slingers are done, I'm gonna focus the Warlord just to ensure that, you know, they don't reach my lines easily. Anything that tries is just gonna get hit by the cannons. One small trick to ensure that the cannons are not into any trouble is, as I've said, you know, keeping an eye on them, having some guards here. But another small trick with cannons is trying to ensure that you're always hitting the farthest away targets. Like, by the time that the units are in thunderer range, basically, just stop firing with your cannons, get your cannons to fire on someone else, you know? That's the whole idea. Now, miners are just gonna blow those guys up. And the cool idea with gyrocopters and with all these ranged units is that the AI really spreads out thin, and then you can take advantage of that. Let's go, Gotrek. Run. Yeah, run for it. I don't think he's gonna reach in time. Yeah. Gotrek is going, just get out of my way, Skaven slaves. Oh, he's too far away. He runs too fast. Well, you take the blunt for him. And yeah, the dynamic duo here, just ripping off some Skaven units. And that's very easy, and that's all that she wrote. It's very easy battle. I just actually summoned the Spirit of Grimney for nothing. So yeah, make sure you don't accumulate too many grudges. Especially do note that you have to subscribe so you don't get any grudges, you know. That's in the rules. I didn't make them. So let's occupy this, and hopefully it will imply that Throt will try to attack me. He can come in even with 2 armies. It's fine at this point. The advantage of just, you know, building up or finishing off Throt is just too great. It would be one less issue here because most of Kislev is just good for us. I'm gonna dismantle that barracks building. I really don't need it there. And oh, we can get Tapestry of Oaths. Yeah, that's good. Missile strength and weapon strength, always nice. And over here, I do want the increased mobility. There we go. There we go. I already did diplomacy. I always do diplomacy every single turn so that I can squeeze out some income from the AI, and I always recommend that you do so as well. So basically, we still do not see where Throt is. He likely is in Fort Ostrog, or he has moved, so we really do not know. So the idea is just to try and ambush him, or then try to set up an ambush. So what I'll do is that this guy is going to recruit some units. Yes, I know that I'm on low income, but guys, the key point in the beginning is that you don't get the armies for the income that you have. You get the armies for the income that you will have eventually. So I'm checking the ambush success chance there. You can see that this is 80% there. So it matters where you are, actually, in case you didn't know. So now that's better. It's still in range of that guy. And I really want them to go and take Fort Stragov. Why? Because if they take the fort, then it means that they will stay there. If they sack it, I know where they are, and I still retain the place. So it's kind of like a win-win. I'm not really bothered if they are going to attack that, you know? It's still not exactly the best place ever. Frozen Landing, I think I can deal with everything and still retreat my lord back in time to gather the public order. So if I wouldn't be able to do so, I would just recruit a new lord there, someone with control or something like that, as a trait, and that would help it out, or corruption reduction. And we skipped the turn, and it's good development. So I could actually attack Help It, I could attack Help It, or I can destroy Throt. And here's what I want to tell you. If you have the chance, if you have this choice between Help It and Throt, go for Throt. You don't want him to start taking out any other places that you had. What you want is to eliminate the Throt and get the turns that he's wounded for, and also ensure that his top units are destroyed, so that the AI will have to recruit better ones, and typically will go into weapons teams, for instance, or something else that you can deal with. But at least you're taking out some of the most important units, the ones that he's using in auto-resolve, taking out the initial army much better overall than taking Help It. Because otherwise he won't go against you and Help It. He won't attack it. He will just go around it, and it's annoying to deal with. Trust me, guys. So if you have that option between taking out Throt and taking out Help It, go for Throt. So, as you see the drawings here, basically that's the kill zone that I want to go for. A couple of lines just to defend my artillery, and the gyrocopters are attacking. That's the plan. Now, immediately I'm counter-attacking here on the menace below spell that they've done. And now it's time for the gyrocopters to go after anything. Really, I want to take out the mobility first, the key units. Everything that is clan rats or below, it's not a priority target for the gyrocopters. It's just, oh, you're here, let me hit you. But the key points would be to hit the wolf rats, the rat ogres, the slingers, anything that will always cause some damage. Clan rats, they're there just to actually soak your shots, so don't go after them. And here's Throt. Not the last close-up that you're gonna have about the character. He's so funny. He's really cool. And here we go, we're attacking these rat ogres. Nothing that the AI can do really about this. He doesn't have enough missile troops, and the ones that you have, they'll be on the skirmish. You can just move your gyrocopters on top of them, and they'll just keep trying to move away. You can mess with the AI many times with this, and even if the AI would do nicely, I can still just use my gyrocopters, 3-on-1 unit of slingers, for instance, and what is the AI gonna do it? He just does not have enough missile troops to deal with this. So if you're on the other side with Skaven, what I would recommend is that you get the Skaven spells. I can't remember the ones that lock the flying units. Those are really effective, because that's what you get. I've summoned the Spirit of Grumny here, not exactly to do damage, but look at this, more to tank. He's wasting ammunition and wasting shots on what is essentially a summon units that I will never lose. So that's also a nice usage. You can of course use it to do a lot of damage, but you can also use it like as a decoy, which I'm doing mostly there. Of course, it's nice, it will always get damage, but I'm not focused on that. I was focused on, let me summon it on top of the Skaven slave slingers so that they waste their shots. Sorry. Now we're tracking these wolf packs. They do have armor piercing, but I mean, dwarf warriors don't fear this. It will take them quite a long time to shoe on that armor, so I'll just have no issues with it. You can see the rat ogre, the mutant rat ogre getting hit by the cannons. So always hit the large entities if you can first. Once they get too close, just avoid the shots, retarget with the cannon something else. That's what I've done. And here they are. You want them to reach your lines half health, or at least with some shots in. You're gonna see that. I think I'm gonna show it up right now. This is a replay, by the way. I always use replays. And yep, as you can see, most of the troops are coming in staggered. For any lines that has some spaces here, everyone has some shots off, which is great. and he essentially split up the army, which is perfect for us. So he's not going to overwhelm with clan rats or with slingers, because those gyrocopters are doing precisely the job that we wanted. So Gotrek and Felix after the mutant rat ogre, which is gonna get killed also because the thunderers are on him. It's always a nice target to have some large entities to shoot at. As you've seen, that's the end of it, and the clan rats are just running away. And while they run, why not get a satchel to the face? Yeah, so the front line has been eliminated, no threats here, and then there's a second wave. My gyrocopters are just getting tons of kills on the slingers. You can see that, you know, despite them having a lot of units here that shoot up to the top, I still have more than enough. One advice is that I only return to the... If you deploy wisely, I only return to the battle to focus fire or to see if there's any clan rats on my cannons. That's the only situation where I return there. All the time I'm just focusing on the gyrocopters. So Throt, he's lonely. He doesn't have an army anymore. He's taking cannon shots to the face. He's taking shots from behind. Yeah. And I even land my gyrocopters. Sorry, this was a mistake. Don't do this, guys. I just clicked to attack and they had no armor, no ammunition, so they resorted to melee, and I have seen it now, so I'm retreating. That's a victory. As soon as he flees, the whole army crumbles. And I didn't kill all of it, but it's fine. Likely, most of the good units were destroyed, so that's cool as well. And that's a good outcome. I've taken out the main force of Throt. I mean, this is nothing right now. It has the hero. It's kind of sad that it didn't take it out. But maybe he will try to attack me. And Fort Stragov, I think I can even bait that, actually. Yeah. I can move him in. Notice that I'm not worried about the income, because I'm fighting constantly, so I will take some I'll be fine getting some units. But yeah, that'll be on the next episode, guys. I'll showcase how to do this. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.